Okay, YouTube, we're back. The throttle cable lubricant was the trick for the job. It hasn't stuck on me yet. Throttle's operating nice and smooth on both the hand throttle and the foot throttle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my driveway. That over the 2 years I've been living here, this started as nothing more than a clay 2-track. Grass growing up, overgrown, could barely fit my pickup truck down the driveway. And now, after having a good tractor that can do a lot of work, give you a tour of my driveway. So what you're seeing here is a mixture of 22A and 3" minus. I just graded it and I churned up some of that 3 minus up to the top, but I don't really care so much. This driveway was completely impassable when the spring thaw hit. Just up here around this bend, we actually had to park our vehicles right here and take our four-wheelers in because the mud was so deep from that clay. It was buried right up to the frame rails of my pickup. That big mud pit started right here at this wooden gate. Opens up right here. This was pretty wide already. It wasn't quite to that tree root, which I kind of carved out, but right here is where there was mud. It was actually 14 inches deep. Kind of unacceptable, but this house and this property only used to be a guy's deer camp. A previous family had tried to live here once. I don't think they had much success at it since the house went up for sale pretty cheap. But with my experience in my tractor and knowing I can get gravel brought in here and carve this road out, this road's built up to almost a Class 8 truck route. That gravel and 3 minus is piled in here almost a foot deep. And then it's been compacted, graded, compacted, graded. Last year, all I did was I brought in some 3" minus so we could at least get our vehicles in here all spring, and it worked really well, but there was a lot of water pooling up on the driveway because it was sunk down so much further than the ground around it. So I had to build that way up so that it would actually drain off into the, well, there's no ditch, but you know what I mean. So then my teardrop splits, and even as high ground as that is, that was all mud where I got my pickup and my little feeder car. So we call this the teardrop. It just loops around in front of the house, front of the garage, and goes right back out. And this area right here was real soupy too, because it gets low and there's a drainage. I'm going to back up a little bit. There's a real low spot right here I'm parked on, and it goes down, cuts off pretty steep, goes down that, it's a relatively steep hill, probably a 6 or 7% decline, and goes down, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a river right there, which is ultimately our backyard. You're kind of looking at a little bit of a fire pit there. We'll see. There's a little fire pit. I got some stuff in there to burn, and you can see the river right here. Now it's only focusing on my damn finger. So just a final little bit of back dragging to do to level out some bumps and ridges. around, heads right back out. Right here, I backed my tractor in right there, and that's where I normally park my car and my pickup. That one I actually had about 12 to 14 inches of mud I sunk in that first spring. It was bad. It was really bad. So there's a little tour of my driveway and what I did rebuilding it. It's still a little bit crude up here. I'm actually gonna turn around and I'm gonna back drag this ridge out right here. It's kind of harsh. I'm gonna back drag that out with the bucket. To do it with the back blade, it carves a little too hard. We'll see if I can do this with the phone in my hand. I don't know how well this is gonna work. Back down second gear. So you can see about the angle I'm putting the bucket at for now. And then I'm going to drop it down to the float position and just let it rest on the ground. You're going to reverse. See what happens. I got some big rocks in there stuck behind the bucket. And then to finish this out, so you get a nice smooth finish, you don't leave a pile or a ridge. You just real gently curl that bucket back up. Next thing you know, it's flat on the ground, and away you go. And what it leaves, well, I left one little bitty pile there. Might have backed it off too quick. Oh well. I can smooth that out in no time here. I'm gonna get my bucket, use that leveler on the front there. There's perfectly level. I'm gonna tip it down one little bit, put it back on float. I don't want to go forward though, goddammit. I'm gonna end up correcting mistakes all day. Took a little chunker on there. Hey, this time I remember to put it in reverse. It out, lift it up, see what happens. Yeah, that did the trick. Alright, well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, hopefully that little just oiling up that cable. I don't think they were oiled real well from the factory, so if anybody else is having a problem where they're running at full throttle and go to back it down and, well, they don't want to go down to idle, well, that's your problem. You can hop off the tractor there and wiggle those cables around at that governor arm there and get it to pop back down to idle, but if it happens once, it's going to keep happening again. Make sure your cables aren't bound up. Get that graphite spray, or even if it's advertised key lock spray for, you know, well, like you would put in the ignition cylinder of this sitting out in the weather, or the door locks of your vehicles. It's all graphite based, and any of that stuff will work real well on there as a cable lubricant. So hopefully that helps, and well, I'll sign back off here from Negaunee. We'll catch you later, guys. See ya.